Hello everyone. Today once again I'm there in front of you and today we are going to move for the detailed version of the process, that is a fertilization. Introductory part I have already given you, and today we are going to talk about the detailed version of the process fertilization. What are the changes which are going to be happening during this process, as well as what are the changes which are required for this process. So here we are going to start the process. As we know that fertilization is a process in which there is a fusion of male gamete and haploid female gamete. Here you must be knowing the male gamete and the female gamete, they both are haploid, and this male gamete is spermatozoa, and next this female gamete is ovum or egg. So when they are going to fertilize, then they will be making a structure which will be deployed in structure, and it will be known as zygote. Okay, and the process will be termed as a fertilization. Next, it take place usually in ampulla of the fallopian tube. Initially, when we have discussed about the female reproductive organ, that time you have taught about the fimbriae. This one is in fundibulum, this ampulla, then this connective part is the isthmus. So this process is going to be happen inside the ampulla region of the fallopian tube. Okay, next, arrival of the spermatozoa. So here we are going to talk about the fusion. So fusion require two sort of things, that is a male gamete and a female gamete. So here we are going to talk about first male gamete. So male discharge semen high up in the vagina, close to the cervix during coitus और copulation, और you can say that intercourse. तो coitus या copulation के दौरान किया जाएगा. Semen is going to be released inside the female reproductive organ. So this is called insemination. So this process will be termed as insemination, and from the vagina the sperm reaches the ampulla part of the पार्शली बाय देयर ओन इफेक्ट, मतलब थोड़ा बहुत वो खुद पहुंचेगा, बाकी वट एवर इज रिमेनिंग इट इज गोइंग टू बी हेल्प बाय द फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन बाय देयर ओन एफर्ट एंड पार्शली बाय द एक्शन ऑफ द यूट्रस. Next, sperm's effort. What are the efforts which are going to be put by the sperm itself? Here we are going to talk about that. A single ejaculate of semen contain about 200 to 400 million sperms in some 3 ml of the fluid secretion, and nearly 100 sperms are going to be reached till this fallopian tubes, and among these 100 sperms only one is going to fuse with the ovum. So the sperm present in the semen travels a long way to the uterus into the fallopian tube by swimming in the fluid medium. How they are going to travel? Actually, they are having a motile tail, as well as they are going to be move in the liquid medium. Next, role of uterus in sperm transport. So this was the role of the sperm, and now we are going to talk about the role of the uterus in sperm transportation till fallopian tube. Certain activities of the female reproductive tract help the sperm reach the site of fertilization, and the extension of the cervix into the vagina. You must be knowing about the vagina, which is going to be open into the cervical canal. So here we are going to talk about that one. It helps the semen to reach into the uterus from the vagina. Then contraction of the uterus and fallopian tubes propel the sperms upward, because the uterus is going to be contract, as well as fallopian tubes are also going to contract. So this is going to provide the help for the sperm movement inside the fallopian tubes, and sperm may reach fallopian tubes within 5 minutes of the insertion. Survival of the sperms in the female reproductive tract is for 1 to 3 days. This is an important point which you have to focus on, and it can fertilize the oocyte, that is ovum, in the 12 to 24 hours following the ovulation. Ovulation के बाद में 12 to 24 hours जो होते हैं, during that time that ovum can be fertilized if the sperm is there. And now arrival of the egg. Fallopian funnel receive the egg. See, fallopian duct itself is not going to produce the egg. Egg is going to be produced by the ovary only, and then it is going to be transported to the fallopian duct. And the beginning part is funnel shaped and having the fimbriae. That is the reason it is known as fallopian funnel. It received the egg from the ovary and sent to the fallopian tube by the movement of fimbriae and their cilia. So this movement of the fimbriae and cilia will provide the movement to the ovum so that it can enter inside the fallopian tube. The oocyte can live for 72 hours but can be fertilized only during the first 24 hours. During the first 24 hours only it is going to be fertilized, and after then it can stay there, but after that period of 24 hours it cannot be fertilized. If the copulation occurs at the appropriate time, the egg is surrounded by numerous sperm. Okay, if the copulation is there at an appropriate time, means the ovum is there and ovum is waiting for to get fertilized. That time it can be happen easily. And only one sperm, this is a point to be noted, among these millions of sperm, only one sperm is going to be able to fertilize the ovum. Okay. So only one sperm succeed in fertilizing the egg, others degenerate and engulfed by the leukocytes. Now, the process how this sperm is going to enter inside the ovum. The sperm in the female's genital tract are made capable of fertilizing the egg by secretion of the female genital tract. So, whatever the secretion is there in the female genital tract, it is also going to help for the process of fertilization. These secretions alter or remove certain molecules. These secretion which is there in the female reproductive tract, it is going to remove certain molecules which are deposited on the surface of the spermatozoa from the semen. Okay, so it is going to remove that substance on the surface of the spermatozoa so that spermatozoa can fertilize the egg. So this process is called capacitation of the sperm, and it takes nearly 6 hours. The secretion of seminal vesicle, prostate gland, Copper's gland present in the semen contain an alkaline medium in order to be motile. This part we have discussed. Whatever the secretions are there, they are alkaline in nature because when they are going to enter inside the female body, there they are going to get the acidic environment. So as to neutralize that, acid and alkaline reaction will be